And tonight we'll be talking about the month of August. So a very good evening to all of you who have came through, and those of you who's watching from YouTube, you can also come over to the live Facebook and at the martintf.wong, and also check out our website tradevsa.com. Now it has been said that the month of August has proven to be a very, very difficult month, right? Having said that, we've seen the market is, but is this proof to be it? Now, of course, when you Google this month of August, you will see there are a lot of literature. So I'm going to share what's really happening tonight and what are the facts behind it and where are we going from a context from a local stock market, because that is where many of the members and those of you who are listening are really trading this market. If you are trading on the KLSE market for the last 6 months or so, or going to trade, please type in there the KLSE or Bursa, so I'll know that this is the market that you're looking for. So I'm probably going to spend some of the points highlight to it. Just pencil those comment in there. I really appreciate that we are looking into this market, the Bursa market in here. So for tonight's sharing, we'll be talking about why the month of August usually is a difficult market period for many aspects of the market in here, and what are those contributing factors, right? And remember, this is the first August if you're first time in the stock market, but those of you who has been in the market for a long time, you will also notice that month of August comes once in every 12 months. So next year we have another month of August again. So it's also good to know this. You can also re-watch this back in sometime in future and look at what I've said tonight, right, on the 16th of August. It's true or not, and how do we prepare for that if there is such a sell-off, or what you talk about, Martin, in here, and what do we do there? And of course, we're going to be looking at some trading opportunity, and I found two little good shares that you can look at it. And of course, next week we'll come back and see the outcome, and we will also trade those virtually by practicing trade in here. So I'm going to share with you how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to pick up those shares, and something that will be beneficial those of you, especially our members who also have the Trade VSA 360 dashboard in here. All right. Now, first thing we want to do is really compare where we were in terms of the market. Now, time and time again, I've been saying from the month of January, February, March, April, May, going to July, our market has been dropping. But if you go back to July, right, and you can see FKLI, right, beat all the peers, all right. We have the SET Thailand, which is only, since July, I think this is 7th of July, only up, just recovering back. Thailand minus 0.2, Indonesia minus 0.25, and Singapore minus 1. Of course, the big drop in for the month of since early July is the US Nasdaq. And guess what? Who's on top there? Yes, finally Bursa is on top there. And you might just really wonder, why is the month of August very good for KLCI compared to the peer? Because Martin, you've been talking about how bad the market was going for, and right now, it seems that we are beating all the peers. Well, if you look at last week, as I talk about in here, the KLCI has always been playing catch up in it, and you may notice some of the podcasts. Of course, you can join our podcast in our Telegram. I'll leave some information toward the end, and join our Telegram and also share them in here. I also talk about the foreign funds flow. So we'll also be looking at those things that really keep intact why the market is doing what it's doing. All right. So having said that, and this all boils down to what just ended last Saturday, right? Was the general election with the 6-state election that came out. And some of you may be happy with the results, some of you are not. But like it or not, the market will still, sort of accept it. So far, what do you think of the market? How has it been? Right? Let me know what your thought is. How has the market has performed since the state election? For once, at least, I kind of find that the market did not break down and go lower, which what was expecting. Instead, it did the opposite, which was really good. Having said that, our market has been since January to February has been performing, but since then, a lot of this was also contributed to some of the foreign funds coming in, and no doubt, even with the backdrop of the weaker Chinese economy. We know Chinese is going through a lot of turmoil right now, the stock market and also the property market, and also the flood that is happening in Beijing in here. All these are, really creating a havoc. But all in all, again, our market's doing well. Is this contributed to the maybe better than expected? No doubt everyone's talking about the opposition making more inroad in the 6 states in here. But let's take a look at the overall market, what we see right now in this in here. Now, if you look at it, the KLCI, or this is the, has overcome the market drop. Now, if you look into here, this was currently Friday. You can see last Friday, the market actually had the spring on that day, right? And then took out new high, which means we are almost at new high territory, 1463, and this evening also closed about 3.6. Volumes are pretty healthy in there. And you know, what does this mean? This means actually the KLCI is actually ready to move higher. Don't you agree? If you do agree, give me a thumbs up, because this is important. As I said before, the Pentagon Guider, which came out on the 9th of July, was still spot on, continued to go. It did not turn red Pentagon as many of you were expecting, or even I was expecting the red Pentagon, but it did not. Instead, it actually moved up higher in here. So the next question, how high would it go? Of course, this has to come from the KLCI monthly return, which is part of the VSA 360 in here. You can see last week, the month of August, right? The month of August, if you look back last week, we are minus from 0.8, but this week going to 8, we are turning positive. So it may looks like for the peers, maybe we're talking about the US, the Singapore SDI, the Indonesia IDX, and also the Thailand SCT. Those are maybe in August, but the KLCI, like it or not, may turn bullish instead. So what do you think, right? Let me know in here, the group in here, and that's why I'm very excited. And also told the members early on, those of you in our Trade VSA, check out the FBM SE and FBM 70. The FBM SE is the small cap stock. So if you go over the trading view, just type FBM SE, you can see the small cap stocks is actually moving higher. Maybe later on I'll check it out. And also the FBM 70, which is a makeup, because tonight the talk will be focusing a lot on the KLCI FBM 70 and the small cap stocks in here. Because if you look back, FBM 70, after I'll show you this slide in here, the FBM 70 has been outperforming the KLCI in here. If you look back on the scheme of all things, the grand total for KLS going back to 2006, it really been underperforming, minus 7.7% in here. All right. So again, now the foreign funds inflow is very, very healthy, and this is why we see the market is doing. As soon as the foreign fund turn green bar, the green bar that you see here, the market goes up, and as soon as the red bar that you see here, that's the outflow, the market flow down. So right now we are at the mercy of the foreign fund, but so far it's been good. And maybe this is where they think about, hey, you know, the KLCI market or the Malaysian economy isn't that bad compared to the peers, and the last 6 months been down, so it's playing catch up. Foreign funds coming in here and then anticipating that the stronger ringgit, and that's why we see the market is. So on the backflow of this stronger currency flowing higher, I think this is also good, why I feel that the KLCI market can move higher. So month of August, let's look at the contributing factor why the month of August is very difficult from literature standpoint here. So that's first thing we'll look at is what we call the summer slump. And summer slump is very, very similar to sell in May and go away. Remember that phase, sell in May and go away? People were looking for it. It didn't happen this year. Finally, September, I think July it did come. All right, it was a bit late, and this is also coincide the summer that is beginning, and August is the peak. We also seen the wildfire tragedy that happened in Maui in Hawaii, right? That's also due to the climate change and the weather is getting hotter. So summer slump tend to feel that the respective of many of the markets, especially the saying fund managers and even investors, the big investors actually go on a holiday, and that's why, you know, there were no liquidity in the market, so the market couldn't go up, right? And that's why it slumped. But also really important point number 2 is the earnings season impact. Okay, the earnings season impact coming. I'm going to show you a bit more information on that one. And third is the monthly seasonal, which I've showed you before. For the Malaysian market, it seems that the month of August is actually a better month. Already, it's not that bad, you know. But we do know September is the month that likely to slide. So this point about the monthly seasonal will come back in the month of September, which is only about 2 weeks again. And then finally, the continued market sentiment, which everyone has been talking recession. recession, and also interest rate hike. So we'll be examining this more in detail. So the first one, if you look at it, is the from the data set nationwide here. So it talks about the summer slump. Now, the first 7 months, okay, let me just bring up this bigger chart that you see on top here. The first 7 months of the US market, the S&P 500 market, you can see from here, the blue line here, this one, he has done pretty well on about almost close to about 19.5%. And then the orange, the last 5 months of the calendar year, this orange line here, usually it doesn't go up that much. You can see this is 19% in here. We may look for another 10% on average, maybe 7 or 8% from where we are. So if that's the case, 19 plus another 7%, you're looking at somewhere between 24 to 25% for S&P 500 return, which is not bad actually. Think of it in here. So this is what in store in the coming months. And remember, I've talked about how the month of September will be a weaker month. That is a period that you have a chance to be buying using the green Pentagon work and ensure that you're able to get into this. If you like what you're watching and listening and some of this sharing of information, do give us a thumbs up in here. And as usual, I'd like to welcome all of you who just came in here. We are talking for the month of August, why it's so difficult to trade. And point number 2 we're talking about is the earning reporting season. July, August, September has always been this very big cap S&P 500 earnings in here from the likes of IBM, Ford, Netflix. We know also about last week, Apple reported that their iPhone wasn't doing that well, and then the whole market just slammed. And then also Tesla, we heard that one too. But the coming days will be interesting, and this is something you can just Google on the earnings season on your Google, and you can find many of this calendar. You can see last week, 10th of August, 9th of August, some of the big names in S&P 500. You can see here Alibaba reporting. PMOs just stand for pre-market open, and AMC is after market close. Okay, after market close, they will do this kind of reporting in here. Disney came out and was a very disappointing. You can see the market took a hit. So for this week, you can see the reporting, which is today is 16th of August. We got Cisco reporting after a break. We have Walmart, Applied Material. These are very important company because these are barometer, okay? Barometer to the overall what we will see, especially Applied Material is actually semiconductors. Then we have the big AI next week. What is that? If you look at the chart here, next week, August 23rd, will be NVIDIA and Baidu. These are very big names. If NVIDIA crank a very good earnings, then you'll see the market fly again. Again, that will be next Wednesday. Next week, we'll be talking about this again, right? So those of you who come in, we'll be talking on the 27th of August in here. So if you look at all things, the seasonality for the month of August, if you look back since 2022 for the Dow Jones, all right, it's usually if negative. You see, month of August negative. So that's why they talk about month of August very difficult. But going back to 2021, 2022, these were the COVID period. So the market actually it got a bit better in here. And 2019, you also have negative. 2018 was just on par. So out of it, the exceptional one was 2020 because we did have a slump in the month of March, isn't it? That's where the COVID-19 crisis broke out and the market slumped. But since then, the market has came back and push up, in here. So for the US market, month of August has been relatively quick. But take note, month of October, that's a month of October, generally you see bigger numbers coming in here. So we expect month of October to actually get better, and also November. All right, that's the time to make it. So the fourth one is market sentiment. Now, early on, we were expecting with the continuing inflation coming up, and fuel prices was up, food prices are up, the continuing war between Russia and Ukraine. So everyone was talking about recession, but the GDP figure that came up from US was very, very strong. So JP Morgan raised the US economic growth estimate and no longer expect recession in 2023, maybe 2024. Who knows? What do you think? Would the recession be in 2024 or not? Right? Let me know. Right? We have a very quiet crowd there. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you have any question you want to ask about the general overall economics and what's happening to the market sentiment and how I see the market is, feel free to answer. But also you can follow me on the on our Telegram channel, which I'll share with you, also on our Facebook, which is where you are. So this is also coincide coincide with the inflation figures which is coming out for most part of US. And everybody know on the just 2 days ago, we have I think on the 14th of August, the result came out that the CPI figure, this is the US, keep in mind, this is US, the figures has gone back up to 3.2. So there's an uptick in the inflation, and depending who you listen to, some people say that this may be bad. This means the US Federal Reserve will continue to raise interest rate. The last one they raised was 25 basis points. The market took it in here, and since then the market has been very quiet. But I do think that one of the reasons is because is the earnings season that's coming out. As I said before, next week, 23rd, is the big kahuna, or the big elephant in the room, which is the NVIDIA, the AI chip, which is still much of the S&P 500 being powered by this big drive that we see on the AI. And also on the EV too. So the uptick in the CPI figures in here, people might say, hey, it's not enough, so will there be an interest rate? So the meeting information that we talk about, this you can just Google, again, use the US Federal Reserve Watch. The next meeting is on the 20th of September, right? Take note, 20th September, but a lot of the analysts sort of put in their remarks, and the target will it be another 25 basis points? So you see from here, there is a probability no change at all, because right now the inflation is pretty much well in control, maybe within the 3% level that you're seeing. So they may not raise interest rate, because anytime of raising interest rate, you know what has happened, right? A lot of people will have difficulty meeting business. The cost of doing business will be up. But so far, keep in mind, based on the US Fed Watch, you can just Google this, on the 20th September, there will be no interest rate, but you will see the market will really just blow out of mind when they will cut interest rate. So what we are looking for is cutting interest rate, and that's very, very important. Good evening, Nora. Thank you for coming. And my big supporter here, Nora, thank you for coming. And if you have any question, do ask me. All right, Nora, thank you for coming. So that's what has been going on. So then again, coming back to it, now, Martin, what you just said for the month of August, the respective peer, we're looking at Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, US, not doing well. Maybe with the exception of KLSE is doing well. What is the strategy here? What do we do? All right. So the question, do we trade the blue chip? Do we buy blue chip? Or do we trade the mid cap stock or the small cap stocks, right? Which is the media tier that everyone is always talk about in here. Or we trade the Pentagon Guider. I think you know the answer where it lies, isn't it? Right. So the answer lies between is what strategy work. Many time people tend to go do buy and hold right now in here, but you have noticed, right, based on the VSA 360 monthly seasonal, the KLCI hasn't really performed the last 7 years, -7. So if you buy and hold, I think you come from a very old tradition of doing. But let me just sort of bring you into the new era of year 2023. What this strategy works very well. Now I've talked about this very, very, very common every morning in the breakfast show. You can see that right on live on my breakfast show. I talk about this a lot. So if you want to find out how this kind of trade works, and also going from that, I also share with you in here using the Pentagon Guide of winner. You can see WellSpy, Excel Force. Every week we show all the winners, and you see there is a pattern there, right? The pattern is the big move. Those 50, 20%, don't talk about 50, or maybe 10, 20%, all comes from small and mid-cap stock. And there is a formula for picking those stocks, right? No price for guessing it. You have to use Pentagon Guider, right? Pentagon Guider. So if you use those tools in here, plus the criteria that I'm going to share with you in here, you will pick some of these stocks very well. You can see catch-up got almost gone up 100% in here. But the strategy is able to read this chart and able to pick them up. So if you've been traditionally sticking up to the blue chip or the large cap stock, maybe a good time you want to try this. And that's why you can join me every Monday and Friday at 10:50 on the breakfast show. I'll explain some of this strategy in here. But tonight I want to share in a longer round how we are able to pick this kind of stocks tonight in here. All right. So any questions, just go ahead and ask me here. So definitely first thing we want to take a look is the FBM 70. Now FBM 70 focus on the mid cap stock. So if you look from here compared to the KLCI, which is a 30 big cap stock, mid cap stock have done pretty well too. With 2018, we didn't have a full year, so it's close. But you notice 2019 it goes up by 10 almost 9%, 10%, when it slumped 5%, 8%. And right now, the mid-cap stock has performed well. Look at that, it's up 8% already. And that's why I've shared with you, if you use the TradingView FBM SC on your chart and FBM 70, right? FBM 70 index, you'll see these two charts really are the mover, even ahead of the KLCI. So make sure you have this on your mid-cap and small cap stocks. So this is where the KLCL today looking to break higher from the peak and valley indicator. Now, if you are members of Trade VSA, you probably have this already in your arsenal. You can see the market able to crank on to the 1470, which is a new high soon coming up in here. And it was good. It just bounced off from this red line here. It is the 200-day moving average, which is actually a sign of strength. Nice pullback, another pullback in here. Now the question is, how far can it go? Can it test back 150? It may be a point if we see the continued foreign funds coming in, right? And remember, by the time everybody talk about it on the newspaper, you will be the first one to know, because you watch this on the green Pentagon. And how's the market? As long as there's no red Pentagon, assume the market able to go higher from here. Now, of course, many people saying, wow, trade small cap stock, mid cap stock. Well, this one can die one, no? Of course, if you are not prepared, if you do not have a strategy, then it is dangerous in here. So, but we need to know what are the risks involved. The volatility, that's for sure, because some stocks are quite illiquid. So you need to pick the right volume and the turnover and the market cap, right? So also, when you trade the small cap stock, you must willing to cut loss. So this is not for average investor, not for average trader. If you cannot cut loss, you do not want to touch this. But if you can cut loss, make sure your losses are small, your winners are big, then you are in the right track. And because small cap stocks are really a leverage product, right? Because of the quantum when they move, each tick may be one. Now, in the respect here, when I say small cap stock, my criteria is always 19 cent and above, not below 10 cent. 19 cent and above. Please keep in mind, 19 cent and above. And because of that, you really need to look at the daily volume turnover and also look at the VSA setup. These are very important criteria. Later on, I'm going to share with you example. We pick 2 shares and some of them already jalan, because I've shared this on Monday with our Trade VSA member. Remember, members, we have the live training every Monday at 9:30, where we'll be doing some picks in here. Some of those picks we repeat to the public too. All right, so this is where we want to look at the liquidity. Liquidity is important, so you don't want to be looking into limited liquidity in here. So what strategy you use? You can use the Smart Robie. Of course, if you are not a VSA 360 member, use the Smart Robie. You can use the Stage 2 breakout, or you can use the Smart Robie Tap Stage 2 daily, which is a continuation in here, or the ST2 intraday, right? But for parts of our requirements to able to look at the ST in LT, we'll be looking at the VSA 360 Pentagon Guider, which is for our premium members. So just keep that in mind. Now, the strategy you'll be using is the Pony Express. You know that I've talked about this. So I did talk to some of people who text me or call me, hey, what's this Pony Express? Do you know what is it, right? So Pony Express basically is a strategy that actually focuses on fast moving stocks, right? Because Pony, remember Pony is like this guy, right? Fast riding horse, isn't it? You can see the picture up there, right? Yes, the picture in here. It's a fast riding. So you're focusing on small mid cap stock, not the large cap, but large cap, very sleepy one, slow. Very slow one. You buy, don't move on. That's not the focus in here. The focus is because we know that if you buy a Pony Express a strategy, what we call the VSA Turbo Trading 2023, then you need to have a strategy. It's important also you have a Pony Rider checklist. How to avoid emergency. How not to get trapped in illiquid shares, okay? And do you have a safety procedure? What do you do that? Because all these Pony Rider, you see this lady in here riding the horse fast, right? They are very experienced. So that's why we also tell our members, before you do this small cap, mid cap VSA Turbo Trading, the Pony Express one, you want to check it, test it out on paper trading or use the virtual trade until you're comfortable with, then only you start doing. Because at the end of the day, if you never try it, can you imagine you have somebody like the Pony Rider making your delivery and you know that he doesn't even have any of this procedure or safety? Would you send your parcel to it? Because Pony Express is about riding fast, carrying that parcel for you and getting it to your sender. Okay, means you're the sender to your the person that you want to send to. All right, so that is the strategy in here. Fast. Okay, so what we're going to do is looking into the trade VSA, and we'll be focusing on the 11th of August, just went behind me here. 11th of August, the screener one, we don't go back too far because we want to see the Pentagon Guider not break out yet. So you have a few more days. The market generally moves sideways. We are looking for cluster of closes, which is a VSA setup with low volume before the breakout. All right. So this is, members, remember the cluster of closes. So what we have here is a VSA 360 Pentagon Guider screen, which is different from the Smart Robie. Very simple, you extract. But in here, you have all the information. Let's read this. You have the code, the name, STLT, price, volume, turnover, and industry. And this is the till 15th of August, which means from the Pentagon Guider on the 11th, how much has it gone up? All right. So one of the things that we want to do is to avoid those companies that that is ready to go higher, and avoid stocks that are generally above $5 and $6, because those, it's not going to move up fast enough. All right. So let's read this and study this. So first thing you want to do is look at the ST and LT. Now, in general, we want to pick everything that is green and green. Green LT, green ST. So one of the things you do when you go over the VSA 360, look for ST -5 and LT, all right, greater than -5. So this year, you're ensuring that you're buying stocks that is in green cell, the green color one. So it's above the support, so it's bullish. So that's a way to go it, all right? And then from then onwards, you want to go to the next thing is to look at the percentage to the current closing, right? The key thing is to look for stocks that is not too high or too low, right? And if it's too high, some stock may have run 10%, but right now we don't see that. Who knows, in the coming days we might see it in here, because we want to see that whether that stock trade is still effective or not, right? So that's where we want to look at. So I'm going to share with you how to do that now. All right, so these are the trade that we did from last week until now. You can see, so once you find those shares, you go over to the virtual trade for our members in here. You're given 50,000 in here and you trade them, each size about 10,000. So you can see from here, I got V Solar. I think I picked that about on the 2nd of August. Okay, remember 2nd August. Then another one, SEGM hasn't made the run. Pekat has made a nice run, 7.8% gone up. I think more than that, maybe 8%. 8th of August, I picked that one up. 14th of August was yesterday. This one hasn't jalan. This was for the member. So let's talk about the VSA 360 in here. So I'm just going to bring up one of the 360 and we're going to go on to the screener. Okay, go on to Pentagon Guider. So from here, Pentagon Guider, you can see the color screener, right? First thing you want to do, you want to go back to the 11. You can also look at 14, but for this example tonight, I'll look at 11, right? So after 11, you can see the LT, we use minus 0.5. Then with ST, we put -5. So that ensures that we would filter out, right, 16. Out of 16, we got 10. And we got 66 of them, 66.7 of them are in positive territory. You can see, right, 5%, 4%, Malaysia Cement in here. So we got that first thing done up first, okay? All right, and you will notice, right, some of them are negative one, is generally when you buy very low volume. All right, very low volume in here. Definitely there's one in here. And also we also need to look at the setup. You can see from here, OWG. All right, this is a nice pullback and then push back up. But this figure is up to 16. It should be updated tonight. So let's take a look at it, because at 10 o'clock it will be updated in here. So after we do that, we do a turnover. We always take the highest in here, and what we do, we look for the lowest price, because we are looking at small and mid cap stocks. Okay, small and mid cap stock. So that takes me to two stocks. I think I've talked about this, right? JHM, and it's green and green, so that's okay. Takafu $3, no bother lah. And then JHM is green and green. So that's how we find, and you can see from here, right, from this one here, JHM actually has a nice pickup in here. You can see from the chart, just mouse over it, right, mouse over it here. Takafu also nice, Swift also nice. So here you can see a lot of the chart starting to make its up. Green Pentagon moves sideways like cluster of closes, low volume, kapow, is going to go up with it. So this is how you want to use it, all right? So this is how we pick Swift and we pick JHM in here. So every night there's always something you buy one. Remember the formula, what I've just shared with you. If not, you can re-watch this video again and do it in here, right? So V Solar is nice one. And anyway, what the Amir is saying, and no problem because you're very short term only. We hold the trade. How long? Remember I talked about this, right? So here you can see V Solar at the 26 cents now, 28 cents in here. We already have a target. Later I'll show you the target. Where is it? So things to consider when you have your stop loss. Remember, when you trade, all this must have stop loss one. Trading, you're not buying whole, you're trading, right? Expiration date, we have expiration date, no more than 3 weeks. Remember, after 3 weeks, the stock that jalan, we have to cut a day. All right. And then one of the things that why we are so confident is because we do back testing. Now, many of you members out there, the public may not have time. So what we do, our team in here at VSA Tracing has done the back testing for you. And that's why we know some of this actually works. If you have not done enough back testing, we will not go out and really recommend our members to trade the small and mid cap stocks. Okay, so that's why it's important now. So what is back testing? Now, back testing is actually a time machine for stock. You actually go back in time. Remember this Greta Sepper? Remember, these are my day, right? Back to the Future. Now you know how old I am, right? So Back to the Future was the time that 1985 was one of my favorite shows. So you can see from here, we want to know how we use this time machine and see if we use a small cap stock, we back test how well have we performed, and we pretend that we make money using our entry and exit, just like the rule I shared with you just now, and then finally we learn from the past. Would it work? If it worked, then we have the confidence. If it doesn't work, maybe we need to do our adjustment. So we don't do things, mata-mata, we close our eyes on. We do it with the eye. That's why Pentagon Guider has been around for almost 3 years. So we are really stringent in all our back testing in here. And we are proud the result that I've shared with you tonight here. So some good practices in it is must test it a long period. So we test about 5 years, 6 years rather than 2 or 3 months in here. And remember, if you are just an average trader, you may not have the resources and the time to backtest. So this is where you rely on Trade VSA to do all this backtesting for you. And also, you must include the cost of commission. Right? We do include the cost of commission, so we can see that. And also, when you backtest, you want to backtest the last 2 years. Remember, right? 2022 was a bearish year. So if you can make money in 2022 and even this year, 2023, I think that's a very good year. So the year that we started is 2019 to 2023. We did that. All right. So backtesting using Pentagon, we enter immediately after the Pentagon Guider. So the method I've shared with you, just very similar to it. All right. For default entry will be a bar after the Pentagon Guider, or some of you want to have the reassurance, like I think JHM, right? And also Swift. You can take a look at those. I think V Solar already moved out already, but I'm going to share with V Solar though. And then we have a fixed stop loss, okay? And these are the other parameters, the more detailed one, I'll share with the members through our Monday weekly training. All right, and I've done a video for them, so you can go to our VSA 360 Knowledge Center to check out the video. So I invite the public who have not been with us to join our premium membership. I can share more of this our own back testing for you in here. So all right, so what we're going to do is oh yeah, I've done the back testing in here. So if you compare the FBM 70, which is on this side, sorry, here, right? Yeah, on top here, over that, you can see FBM actually outperformed the KLCI. And so going forward, the strategy you trade it, if you still want to be in Malaysia, and we don't know that we're going to get a bullish month or not, but definitely for FBM 70 versus FBM SC, you can see it actually traded, but you cannot buy and hold. The problem is also for SC and also the mid cap stock. When you have a certain profit, or when you see sign of weakness, you have to chabot the knee and then do what? Take the money out and look for another horse. That's why we call it the Pony Express. You take what? You ride a fast horse. When the horse get tired, you disembark, you dismount, you take another horse. Cannot? Can remember or not? If you can remember, type in Pony Express. So I'll make sure you understand the Pony Express. Can? The later on, those stocks on, I'll help you take a look. Okay. So from here, now our backtesting, the returns that we have is pretty impressive, right? Now do take note, again, this is a disclaimer, past history is not reliable for the future, but at least we know the system work now. You can see why we focus the price above anything more than 2 ringgit, you'll notice 2022 did pretty okay, but we want to have a good result. 2020, 70, of course 2020, 2021, we all know lah, that was a bullish year lah, but we know 2022 is not a bullish year, and we know 2023 is not a bullish year, right? So you can see from here, the best optimum is above 49 cents. 2023 is up 10.6%, 2022 is up 4.4%, 2021 at 49%, and 2020 was a bonus year, 205% and 1.3. So with this, you will know that where your target is. So those of you who was listening, right, this is your target. That's why when I choose this JHM, what price is it? 80 cents, right? Swift, what's the price is it? 50 cents, right? So now we really know through our backtesting, through our VSA backtesting research in here. That's why our members will get a lot of this information, very important information that will help them to have the right opportunity in the market. So I invite all of you to join our Trade VSA membership in here. And if you can do well, why not with this kind of result in here, right? Of course, if you have a good bullish year like what we did in 2022 and 2021, you can see that's a good return. But usually going forward, we will always try to assume less. So going on this strength itself, we will go through trade by trade. All right. So for the first trade we'll go through is V Solar. Now remember V Solar, we went in, the market went higher, right? Then in our VSA 360, we can always set alert. So let me just show you how you set the alert. And in our VSA 360, you can see we have R1 and R2. Okay, R2 is too high lah. So R1 is 32 cents. Okay, 32 cents, which is just up here. This is the visual trading plan that you get. So what we do is just go over the V Solar. All right, set up the alert. Right, and we know that, right? Set up, and you can see we have this. Usually when we do our training, we tell our members to look at the resistance. This will be your target profit. So you can click here, set alert V Solar. Upper price will be 32. Okay, 32 cents. Lower price, where's our stop loss? We also need to notify here. Maybe here we just put 30 cents. Okay, and this one I'll just put the live FB trade. Okay, live FB trade, and then click it, and there you go. All right. Oh, lower bound must be done. Have to retry. This one 32. Yeah, we need to put higher because you see 28 cents. So I have to put 29 cents. Oh, I have to put 26 cents. Okay, 26 cents here. So created the alert. That's it. That's how simple is it. So that's for the first one. So you can see here, this is the old high. We don't wait for it to run 50% and 60%. This strategy we found out through our back testing, right? We have to keep it within 2 to 3 weeks. All right, because a lot of time you can see a stage 1, then move up stage 2 to our research. Stage 2 already, by the time everybody talk about this, time to jabot already. Remember, V Solar is also banking on a lot of the good news you notice, like EV and all those, right? And that's why it's coming up. So take advantage of this stock in here. All right. And how to enter, just like how I'll show you, JHM, and also next one we have is Pekat. You can see, right, when we enter in Pekat, our members, right, green Pentagon, the market moves sideways here on the Pekat. When did we go in? Pekat. Let me go back to this one. Yeah, Pekat was August 8. Okay, August 8. So August 8 was the day. You can see August 8, 13 no blow up. So you can see from here, somewhere around here, August 6, 7, 8 lah. We went in at 8 lah. So you can see these are like cluster of closes. Then the market just go up. When you go up in here, we have R2. Remember, R1 already achieved, so it's -1. R2 is 54 cents, which is about 5% in here. 54 cents. So we can also set alert for Pekat. So what we do that, go over here. Pekat. Because we are trading such a short period in here, usually we don't know so much about the fundamental. They're ready to jabot the day, okay? Pekat just now, what was the range? 54 cents. Okay, 54 cents. Set here, 54 cents, create. That's it. So of course, if I'm doing a real trading in here, I set this up because when it hit 54 cents, I'll go to my virtual trade here to take profit, because right now you can see Pekat. Some of the older one like previous trade like Pastec, I have to cut loss already, okay? Because once he has the red Pentagon out, I jabot already, okay? Keep in mind, this list I'll share with the members and it always change, okay? New stocks are add-ins, those I will cut out already. So you keep this in mind for those. So this is how we do it. So we know R2, very easy. So we went in and that's how you do the trade. All right, so I invite everyone to join our premium membership. This is where through our coaching, our video tutorial, this is how you get it. And based on our backtesting research, we're pretty confident going forward, which is remaining 4 months. And like what I said before, after the local state election moving higher, a lot of these stocks is going to go up in here. Okay, so you need to change from the old way of trading, really buying and hold. I know Kevin Lee will always ask me about A-Health. You're not going to sell it, so why bother? Correct, not right? You're not going to sell it, and when it go down, it's just like I buy public bank. It will go down, or should I cut or not? You're not going to sell it, so why bother? But the whole point is to change your perspective or have what we call a two-pronged strategy. Yeah, okay. So we done our back testing in the stage 2. Make sure you have the setup pattern like I'll talk about in here, and use the VSA 360 premium membership and backtest. Once you backtest at least many of these examples, it becomes second nature to you, right? And then you use the tool to improve your performance. And remember, also Smart Robie has the Pentagon Guider alert in here. All right, so go out and check it out in the KLSE and also S&P 500. In the coming days and months, we will also share with you some of the results for the other markets like the US market, where we are going through to our backtesting research team that we have, and part and parcel supported by our members. So we really appreciate for all our members who join us and support us all this time, then be able to do this kind of research and share with you. The GE is over right now, and the KLCI looks to recover the lost ground. Foreign funds inflow are coming in, fueling this uptrend. Use the Pentagon Guider either to our Smart Robie or the VSA 360 in here, and use the Pony Express or VSA Turbo trading strategy going forward in here. I think that's what we'll be back. And the Pentagon Guider will tell you when it is ready to go up, when it's ready to go down in here. All right, so that's all from me tonight. Martin in here. Now we're going to check out some of your stocks that you all have. Right, and also, of course, we are here to promote our VSA 360 premium membership in here. We have the 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months. You can go to our website or use the phone number below 10101266976 and join our weekly training, which every Monday 9:30, especially for premium members, and also our monthly orientation. And we'll talk more about the backtesting and some of the rules that we cover. So it's just more than that, right? And I do think going forward 2023, if you have lost money, or 22 have lost money, this is a chance for you to find out the secret of making money in the small cap and mid cap stock using the Pony Express way. All right. Okay, so don't forget, also use our Telegram chat room here for all information. All right, information in here. And right now we're going to be looking at the stocks intake. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. All right, I'll use the VSA 360 in here. We do that. First one, okay, we got CloudPoint. Yeah, CloudPoint was a good stock. CloudPoint just turned green panel. Run your CloudPoint, okay? Yeah, you can see this one up here. So I'll just turn over because turn back to green Pentagon, okay? All right, for Nora, CloudPoint. Okay, CloudPoint, you have this nice hook up on 63 cents. You can see climatic volume right now, right? The market hit here. This is what we call an uptrust. Did they have an uptrust? Oh, not yet. Not yet uptrust. I think it's good to take some profit in here, right? No doubt this is not an uptrust. Got market close forward because next day it's going to come down or move up. Take some profit first, okay? If you have CloudPoint, we do have, I think CloudPoint 63 cents. Remember, 63 cents is our R1, and if you have that 63 cent, you will be out much better, right? 63 cents. So that's why we always tell our members, please refer to our R1, which is actually like a TP lah. Use this one. So just imagine VSA 360 able to help you that one. Okay. Okay, Amil. All right. Use the VSA 360. That will answer you, Amil. All right. So that's one. Let's go. Limui. Perak transfer. Okay. P transfer, Perak Transit. Perak Transit has no green Pentagon because it has a lot of upthrust. You can see another upthrust, but again, you can use 131 as your profit target, which is up here. 131, a lot of transfer lah. This one is still okay. I think it's going up nicely in here. All right, 123 already been taken out already. Yeah, 123 here, but here you can use 131. Okay, your stop loss you can use 114, which is 5% from here. Okay, we got WCT and Sun Surya. So WCT break up nicely in here. You got S1 again. Use the, in this case, if it continue to go higher, use R2, okay? Use R2 for minimum at 56 cents. Okay, you can write that down too. WCT, which is a nice one. Sun Surya. So you can see how easy that I'm using this to find some of the stocks. So this one's quite good. A nice pullback. You got the, this one already taken up 0.55. So next one will be 0.58. Okay, Sun Surya for that one. It's a nice Pentagon, been running for some time in here. Then we have, okay, Kelvin, A help no need to look now. Always uptrend one. Let's look at B plan. Okay, you've been asking me for almost a year already. Okay, you can look at bolstered. It's also continuing to go up. You can take profit maybe at 132 at the R2. That's so much better, so much easier, isn't it? Right? So nice pushing up in here. So I think we got everybody. Yep. Okay, we got Avantech here for Amil. So Avantech, we have Avantech has an upthrust in here, pullback. So you have to be careful. It close back to the gap in here. You can see S1, right, is your stop loss point, right? So this is where you have S1, which is 5% from here, 38 cents. Quite easy, right? You can set the alert here, right? You can see 538, which is 8%, or you set it back to this 0.38 as your 5%. So that's where your stop loss. So this is why Trade VSA have all the R1, R2, making it so much easier for you to trade. Just you don't trade blindly. And the whole point is like what you saw early on. When you backtest all this, then you're able to make money year in, year out, year in, year out. And when you compound that, you can make money. So if you go back and look back the last 10 or 20 trades that you did, why couldn't you do what you do? And of course, many of you who are beginners, check out the virtual trade platform that we have, that we set up for all our new members in here and also the new beginners, so that way you're able to practice the strategy that we talk about, the Pony Express or the VSA Turbo Trading. That will definitely help you too. All right, so we got okay, Wong for OpenSys. Okay, I will continue to just write. Okay, OpenSys is nice, push back up, and a lot of these stocks, remember, you fall into the nice so-called small and mid-cap stocks. Okay, small and mid-cap stocks inside here, but just take note, this one is only 156 million. So you can see from here, this one is nice, moving up. So you can set your next profit target at R2, okay, which is 11% from now. Okay, so still a bit more room to go up. That's nice. If you look back the last 6 months, yeah, it's been long moving in here. For long moving in here. So OpenSys may have something going on. All right, software and ROE of 14 here. So yeah, 50 cents. If not, you can go for 37 cents, which is almost tomorrow, 37 cents, which is here. I think you'll hit 37 cents before you make a small U-turn in here, right? If there's a news out today, please check for ND. Okay, I think I answered ND question already. Okay, we got Wei Yong. Okay, Alcon Nilex. So Alcon Nilex here. So Alcon Nilex has green Pentagon, but it has buy here. You can see some. I think this one is okay because you can see up here got insider buying, some insider selling in here. But now they started to buy up. Green Pentagon, pull back in here. You want to set R2 at 1.12, provided it break through 105 first. 105 is your first resistance breaking out already, right? So with that, the Pentagon flow, this will help you to do stocks. Okay, revenue. All right, revenue doesn't look, still moving sideways from here onwards. You can see from here, lots of sideways movement, low volume in here. You need to wait for that big to push up, right? Definitely R1 is at 17 cents, which is way up here. Okay, yeah, this is your 17 cents. The first one will be 17 cents inside here. Okay, Hex Industry, Hector Industry. Oh, yeah, and also my MYEG, yes. Hexa Industry, no, don't touch first. No green Pentagon, can go down for a long time. Only touch those, either have green Pentagon or blue trend zone. can follow, right? Quite easy, right? This one don't have one, you got nothing to do with it. All right, that's the whole point what we talk about, the emergency procedure for the pony rider. Remember, you must also have one. If no have one, how to make money in this system? MYEG, that will be the last one. All right, MYG looks good. It's continued to break up in here, and you can see EPF bought some, and also about 3 million, 1.1 million. Right, if you can't see, just blow it up and you was able to see this chart up here. So looks pretty good. MYEG in here, profit target, or you put R1, technical will be your 89 cents. Okay, that will be what I would generally do from here. You can see all this information is well available on VSA 360. You can subscribe you can subscribe 6 months and 12 months to check it out in here. And more importantly, is the discussion of the continued training to ensure that you have a good platform to enable that. All right, so that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to join our Telegram and subscribe to our YouTube channel in here. And this is the membership. Yeah, we do have. Do we have 3 months? Oh, we also have 3 months too. So you can check out the 3 months in here. So with that, I thank you for your time. And also, VSA 360 has the insider buying and selling. All right. Thank you and good night.